I'm a 43-year-old single mother and I'm in love with my son's friend who is 19 years old. My son is now 18 years old, and to be honest, I've been so focused on raising him that I stopped dating and looking for love. But recently that has changed. I've had eyes for one of his friends, a young guy who's very gentle and respectful. So I asked my son for his number, pretending that I needed something from him. The truth is I am just thirsty. I called the guy over when I knew my son was away, sending him to town for groceries. He came over and we had an agreement. Although he's 19, he's open-minded. And we both knew what was happening. He's been coming over at least twice a month. Whenever my son is away, people don't notice, not even my own son. I'm just worried. What will happen when my son finds out? Should I tell him that I'm seeing his friend before he finds out on his own? The truth is, this young man makes me feel good and we both enjoy what's happening, but I'm really worried about my son finding out. What should I do? When it comes to love and relationship, age doesn't really matter. But there's always a but. Dating someone who is significantly younger than you are comes with a lot of complexities. Now, number one is the power imbalance and the maturity. At 19, he's legally an adult, but when it comes to mental and emotional maturity, he's still developing. Like, to be very honest, he's still developing. Now, you need to ask yourself, is he emotionally mature enough to handle a serious relationship? And secondly, you've had decades of life experiences, and that alone can actually create power imbalance. Is it going to affect his decision making process in that relationship? Because he's going to be looking at you as someone who is much more older, and when it comes to him making a decision in that relationship, it's really going to be difficult. So you have to consider that as well. Now, second thing you need to put into place is your son's relationship. This is not just about you and him anymore. How would your son feel knowing that his mom is dating his friends? Does that actually make sense? So you need to consider that part of your son, because it's not part of the equation. You need to think, how would he, which is your son, feel when he finds out that his friend is dating his mother, right? And another thing you need to consider is public perception and social consequences. Now, you're going to face consequences. You're going to face pressure from the public, from family, from friends, from your child's circle. Now, you need to ask yourself, are you ready for the kind of pain and consequences and even pressure that would come from people, society, the family, the friends, your own child's circle? Are you both ready for this emotional torture that is coming your way? Because it will happen. It's not even about living your life for people or living on based on people's opinion, because these things are going to come your way. Are you ready for that? Now, lastly, what is the emotional safety that you're preparing for this whole scenario?